It's going to be a blast.
So we've got our first guest waiting, ready to go with us right now. So we're going to welcome in great friend of both of us now, Marc Mero.
Hey guys, man, thank you
buddy?
guys for having me, man. I just flew in from Denver, and this was just paramount that I come on this tonight. I want to come on early and just, show my support and obviously donate and just encourage everyone to help out Brian Knobs. Obviously Buff Bagwell and we've got a lot of Brian Knobs stories, and Buff, tell me if I'm wrong, but he was the loudest guy in the locker room. He was just the most boisterous, fun guy.
It really is hard to be the loudest wrestler in the locker room, but he was always the loudest and the funniest. You were just never safe around Brian because you're just everybody's in the bullseye, brother. And it's like, just thank God that Brian likes me. Oh God, thank God.
He was so much fun, though, and you know what's so cool is when we do these wrestling conventions and how you get to see, guys that you obviously were with back in whether WCW or WWE or whatever. And it was just always great to see the Nasty Boys, man. And especially Brian, because he had that personality that was just over the top. And, to see him struggling now and what he's going through, I want to see that old Brian back, man, where he's just yelling at everybody, up in arms, hugging everybody. He's just a fun, jolly guy, man.
Well, a little bit of history here. So Brian Knobs and Sags as the Nasty Boys was Scorpio and Marc Bagwell's very first tag team championship. And at that junction of my career, the Nasty Boys now and then, but then were superstars, bro. They were from the WWF and they came down to the WCW to help us out. And for me and Scorpio to actually get a win over the Nasty Boys for our first World Tag Team Championship, it's a big deal, brother.
Oh man, yes. And the thing was, they were about doing business. They were helping out two young guys that are coming up and willing to just do the right thing and build you guys up and become the superstars that you guys became.
They were so easy to work with, like you said, so professional. And because these are two tough guys, two tough brawlers. I mean, Sags was really tough, and so was Knobs. I mean, they didn't play around, and guys knew that, so they could back up the talk, so that's all. And it was, but they were super, super good guys. Everybody just loved to have the Nasty Boys in the locker room. They are the ones that kept it fun.
I can't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more, Marcus, and I thank everybody, man. So many people are coming on this live stream right now. And I thank you guys, and anything that you could donate to help out Brian, our good buddy, man, would be so appreciative. And when we get in that ring, we give you guys our all, and we give our bodies to you. And obviously, I don't know anyone that's been in the business as long, like Marcus, anyone that's been in the business as long as you or I have been. We know we all go through our health issues, man. Yes. We both have had numerous surgeries. I don't know anybody that's had less than 5 or 6 surgeries. You've had probably close to 10 or 20 now, right?
Yes.
He had 5 or 6 this past year, I think.
Yeah. Over 30 now, but still several surgeries for all of us. Crazy stuff. It really is. But I want people to know that what I saw out of this was he put for a goal $30,000. This man lost his house, his car, and he may lose his foot over this. And his goal amount was 30 grand. People, please don't look at that figure. He's just so humble and such a good guy, but 30 grand ain't going to start to fix a house and a car and being amputated with your foot. Let's really try to do what we can for him this 3 hours.
Right.
And it will get him back on his feet again. It's he's so appreciative of it, though. He's a humble guy, and he's appreciative of whatever we can give him. But I really want to see us get to that goal and surpass that goal and really help out a fellow a wrestler, man. This is a great cause. I thank you guys enough for spearheading this. And there's so many of us brothers from the business that are going to be helping out and trying to make a difference for Brian. But the fans out there, thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
For sure. And I also want to take the time to just acknowledge Fred Jung, who is a close friend of Brian. He's the one that really grabbed the reins with this. He started the GoFundMe to help out his I think 25-year-old friendship with Brian is what, sparked that. But great guy. He was a big part of this behind the scenes as well. So Fred Jung, I really like to, just get his name out there and certainly give him some attention on this too. Wouldn't have been possible without him.
And RC from New York City, thank you for the donation, man. I just seen you donate some money. Appreciate that, man, so much. And if you guys can help out, man, keep it going. Let's make tonight a really special night, a memorable night for Brian.
Absolutely.
Mark, as you know, it's hard to get all these guys together. It's scheduling and just different people, different timings. And really, man, it's amazing how the wrestlers do come together in these situations, though.
Right. Mark, it's one of the things that I noticed that, in wrestling, like in life, you don't always get along with each other, and the amazing thing about doing these wrestling conventions that we haven't seen each other, some of us haven't seen each other in 5, 10, 20, 30 years. Man, it's like this camaraderie. There's no bitterness or resentment or anger from the past. It's like, man, we all did something that not many people get to do in life. And it's like, man, I cannot remember going to a convention where I don't care who it was, someone you may not have got along with. It's like you shake hands and there's a big hug and, man, miss you, brother,
Yes, of course.
And I want to make a mention to the live chat here. All the money. So if you send super chats, we're trying to really promote the GoFundMe. So I would encourage people to go over to that. But if you do send super chats, we will be forwarding that on to Brian as well. It's just going to takes a little bit longer. So we definitely are promoting the highlighted link up there at the top for the GoFundMe that goes direct to Brian without us having to, forward it on ourselves. So that's what we're really trying to promote over here for everyone. And yes, I saw somebody said there's ads during lives. There's ads on YouTube with everything now, but rest assured the ad revenue, all that stuff right to Brian. So we're literally every cent that comes from tonight in any capacity right over to Brian Knobs.
And Dan Lutzka, thank you for the donation. I just seen you donated also.
Thank you so much.
Wishing Brian the best. And we all are wishing the best. And he's going to pull through. He's not a nasty boy for nothing, okay? He's going to pull through this. But with your help, man, he'll at least get his life started again, be able to afford housing and things that he really needs right now.
Have you ever had the opportunity, Mark, and I'm calling it opportunity, to visit Pity City?
Mark, I look at that. I got to be honest with you. Yes, I know. But I want to be really honest with you. I look at it as a blessing. I never got to visit Pit City. Okay.
It was a wonderful
I know place. When he did that to you, your life has never quite been the same.
It's a baffling experience.
Hey, how's that spot called where you just go, hey, I'm going to be putting you in my armpit? How bad has that got to be? Like, oh my gosh, thinking about that all match.
I don't want to ruin the gimmick for him, but the problem with it is they were two of the cleanest guys in the world. Thank God.
Yes, they were.
City wasn't that bad, but man, it got a pop from. It was like Pit City. I mean, no pit. Really nice. So it was your visit. They had a nice shaved pit and they had a little deodorant in there. So it wasn't too bad of a visit to Pity City.
I feel like they could have made that a rib for you. Put something stinky in there. Put a little fish in there first, or if they really wanted to, they could.
I'm surprised they didn't. You're right. So that's right up their alley.
Right.
Hey guys, we just got a nice donation from Joe Icade. Just saying, God bless Brian. Love you guys. That's awesome, man. Joe, thank you so much, man. From the bottom of our hearts, we are really going to work hard to raise this money for Brian. And thank you guys, man. I know we all work hard in life, and this money means a lot. So thank you for parting your ways with that and helping him out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joe K. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Buff, you are looking good, my friend. Man, it's so good to see you back in the gym working hard. Incredible, man. I tell you, you're just, I don't know what the word. You're talking about having 9 lives, okay?
Yeah, way beyond 9, bro.
Really, but I'm so happy to see you. And you know what? You got the greatest girl. Stacy is the greatest, man. And she keeps you in line.
She does. She really is. I've never dated a woman that really was that I would first say is a great human being.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Amen.
she's a great human, man. She's just a good person that is just, and it just reeks from her, and it makes me better. You know, it really does. And I already was on getting better with my life anyway, and it just came together at such a great time with me and her, and just
Perfect timing, man.
Been fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. I think everything kind of aligns for the right reasons. You know, I'm noticing that a lot this week. Everything with this tonight really aligned perfectly.
Yes.
You know, we couldn't be more grateful for the amount of people that are going to be joining us tonight, and we even have a few surprises for everybody that's sitting in with us too.
So, Mark, did you hear about the setback with Brian last night?
I did, and that's why when I heard about that, I'm just praying that everything, you know, I guess he's back in the hospital and he's stabilized and he's doing okay right now.
Blood
yeah, right. So yes, I'm so glad that he is okay, but he's touch and go, man, and that's why we're helping him, and we need help from our fans and friends out there.
Yes,
absolutely. And we've got another one right here from Sean. And again, I want to highlight the link up here direct to his GoFundMe. We will forward everything on, but just make note of the fact that we do lose a little bit, you know, kind of in the transition from YouTube. They get a cut and all that. So if you can hit the GoFundMe, it's a big help. And I'm noticing we're almost $1,000 over where we started tonight on the GoFundMe. So thank you all so much for that. Really appreciate that.
Wow,
thank you, Sean Michael here too. Loved watching.
Within 15 minutes. That's great.
It's a hell of a start, guys. We really appreciate that. Thank you all so much. What's going on, Tim? Thoughts and prayers. Just going to pull up some of these comments here. It's nasty time. There we go. Appreciate you guys. Love it. But wow, that's impressive, guys. I mean, almost $1,000 already on the GoFundMe, plus the money in here. I mean, really, everybody's absolutely amazing tonight. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
and we'll be doing this for a couple hours too. So we'll let you go, Marc Mero, in a little bit. But we've got a lot of guests coming. Maven Huffman, YouTube superstar, is going to be our next guest on after you, Marc Mero.
Oh man, he's great. I'm hoping to do his podcast at some point. You know, he's a real guy. We've been kind of communicating back and forth, so hopefully that's going to happen.
Absolutely, that's going to be great.
It's been kind of a whirlwind, guys. I tell you, Marcus, when you really think about it, it's been, you think 25, 30 years ago that we were all doing this on a regular basis, and of course, being with the Nasty Boys, you know, and it's so nice to see the fans that still obviously remember the matches, remember the times, and remember the fun that we would have back then, you know? It's just incredible.
It really is. I mean, you look, like I remember just 5 years ago telling a story and then going, wait a minute, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And
I find myself doing the same thing.
And now it's been 30 years ago, you know? It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Did you guys ever think that wrestling would be what it is today from, your early start? You both started around 91, 92, right?
Yeah.
I know Mark's got a story Mark's got a story like this too, but I can tell you, he knows who Chip Burnham is. But I have been on the street corner with Chip Burnham outside of center stage with my wrestling attire on, trying to get people to come into center stage for a free television taping, and it was only a 500-seat building. Marcus Alexander Bagwell and Marc Mero watched WCW go from a free television taping that we had to give a bicycle away halfway through to get them to stay, to selling out the Georgia Dome. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wrestling's came so far, and now with all these cons and stuff, I mean, nobody ever thought there was life after wrestling ever. And now it's crazy. The old is new. It's really bizarre.
Marcus, you see the kind of money that they're making today, and it's just been incredible to see it take off the way it has. And, the way I look at it today is that, for example, they don't have to travel like you and I did. They're not doing 250 cities a year anymore.
TV, brother.
But that keeps you sharp, working a lot. But I tell you that it would be kind of hard when you're only doing like TV tapings and wrestling, 4 or 5 times a month compared to, 25 times a month.
It was nobody really believes when I tell them that 280, 300 days a year plus 300 once or twice. But it was a vicious schedule. It was vicious.
And you have travel days in there too. That's how many days you were wrestling.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, I traveled down to Atlanta back, and I'm exhausted. You guys were traveling loops. I mean, it was endless for you guys.
The difference,
and sometimes doing 2 shows in a day. Doing an afternoon show, a matinee, and then doing an evening show. Doing Madison Square Garden in the afternoon and doing Philadelphia at night. Many times.
That double shot was a killer, but it really started separating let's call it the men from the boys necessarily, but the guys that were in really, really in shape and the guys that wasn't, you could really tell by television who was really training, because when you get a double shot, you try to get a workout in, it separates the men from the boys, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Well, guys, I got to tell you, I just got off the road from Denver, and I'm just coming into my home, and I just want to make sure I got on here and just encourage everybody to keep pushing for Brian, man. Thank you guys for having me. It's an honor. It's an honor to help a fellow wrestler, especially a great person like Brian, who we all love and have had a lot of fun with in our life, man. Thank you guys. And fans and friends out there, thank you guys for the donations, man. Keep it going. And let's go way past that $30,000 that he even asked for. He obviously need a lot more than that, but do everything you can to make it work. Okay. God bless you all, man. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. Congratulations on the new book too.
Oh, thank you, man. Take care.
Hey, Johnny,
absolutely.
Mark, you want to talk about your book for a sec?
My book just came out last week. It's called Bad, BADD, Too Good. And it's my autobiography, man. I get to share some things that I've never shared before, and just dug down deep. It took me over a year to write this, and it just came out. It's doing really good. It's a bestseller on Amazon already. So I've been blessed, man. But thank you guys.